Unfortunately, every single story was complete lies, which it which it always is, basically, which is a shame. But it's something I'd love to do, and now I've had the chance once. I suppose I've got quite into it. And at the end of the day, if you join the army, you expect to go on operations. I don't want to sit around at Windsor because I just generally don't like England that much, and it's nice to be away from all the press and the papers and the general shite that they write.
It is nice to be away from the papers and the press and what they write. Those were Harry's words before he even met Meghan. He said himself, as you've heard, before he met Meghan, I generally don't like England that much. Those were Harry's words before he met Meghan. And from his words, you can discern the main issue he had was always with the British tabloid press and their lies about him. Them targeting each and every single person he cared for, what they did to his mother, and also what they've now tried to do to his wife, Meghan. With how they hound her, abuse her, wish divorce upon Harry and Meghan. Harry, who found love in Meghan, UK media want to destroy it. The farm, William and Charles, want to destroy it while saying, Harry, we care about you. We care about you, Harry. You've had Harry from the day he was born in the UK. You had the chance to treat him well, even especially after his mother died. UK media had the chance to rectify their wrongs, to not do to Prince Harry what they did to his mother. UK media had the chance not to target people Harry loves like what they did to his mother. But what did they choose to do? They chose to target Harry's wife, Meghan. They've chosen to continue targeting Harry's wife even after Meghan and Harry fled the UK. They have chosen to go after Harry's kids. And every day they try to find ways to divide Harry and Meghan, to separate Harry and Meghan, while pretending that now all of a sudden they care for him. My family carnival of so-called expert Alison Boshoff now says that semi-employed Prince Harry is being left behind by Meghan. My family, Boshoff is doing everything in her power to try and convince the Daily Mail's audience that having a hit show on Netflix, a guaranteed second season for that hit show, and a new podcast somehow means that Meghan has failed, is a flop. However, she says that for Prince Harry, it's worse because he is not participating in Meghan's ventures. My family, honestly, for a long time now, I have been seeing how full of hypocrisy carnival of so-called experts truly are. For example, mostly last year, UK media was spreading these stories that Prince Harry and Meghan were basically in a professional separation, and somehow it's good for Prince Harry, they said. Somehow it was good for Harry, they said. In my family, what we are seeing is that Prince Harry and Meghan are playing into their strengths, what they have passion about. For Meghan, it's cooking, curating, gardening. And we've seen that in what they've done. For Harry, it's polo. He loves playing polo, and we've seen that. Harry and Meghan are clearly playing into their strengths. But now, UK media, because they are seeing how successful Meghan is being, they are like, no. This isn't what is happening. You know, the show is a flop, even if it got a second season, surely. And now also, my family, they are saying that somehow Harry is being left behind by Meghan to try once again and drive a wedge between Harry and Meghan by pitting Harry against Meghan and Meghan against Harry. My family, what have I been saying? I've been saying that if Meghan does well, Harry does well. If Harry does well, Meghan does well. Both of them as a family do well. Because also, my family, who are Harry and Meghan working to provide for their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet Diana. They're working to pay for their own security. And of course, they paid for that wonderful mansion in Montecito that makes all the carnival of so-called experts so jealous that Harry and Meghan were able to afford such a nice place when they never wanted Harry and Meghan to have anything that is nice. You know? And now my family, Alison Boshoff, is trying once again to pit Harry versus Meghan. My family, please kindly hear this. Meghan may have her critics, but even they would surely acknowledge that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is not, indefatigable. Is not, my family, indefatigable. Which means that Meghan is someone who persists tirelessly, who my family does not grow weary, despite or tired because of the constant attacks being waged upon her. Meghan persists tirelessly, moving forward despite all the attacks, and they don't like it. They don't like it. I remember even last year when we found out about, of course, at the time that Meghan was working on her lifestyle brand, I recall a carnival of so-called experts saying, this woman basically doesn't quit. A couple of weeks ago, Hugo Vickers said Meghan is unstoppable because the UK media and the firm are trying everything in their power to stop her. And they're failing. And then Boshoff says, and I quote, indeed, few celebrities would perhaps embark on another podcast series after their first was so vividly and publicly panned. My family, in the words of the CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos, he said, we don't make films for critics. My family, but apparently, UK media who have experts think that Meghan's show was made for the critics. And that because the negative reviews from I wouldn't even call them critics. I call them people who bully Meghan. They are bullies. They think that Meghan's show was made for the people who bully her and abuse her. Surely, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with this, my family individuals? What is wrong with them? My family, can you please continue hearing this? Even those negative reviews have not stopped, Meghan's show with Love Meghan from getting my family, a second season. Let me continue reading this, please. Another surprise came on Friday last week when Netflix caught the media world off guard by revealing it will stream a second series of We Love Meghan, despite the fact that the hostessing and homemaking show devised and presented by Meghan has had savage reviews across the board. Once again, Netflix doesn't make films for the critics. In this case, people who bully Meghan. But once again, I thank them all for watching. Now making the announcement 3 days after its launch, and significantly, before the release of Netflix weekly viewing figures, the company said it had made a further 8 episodes short at the same time as the first series and will be putting them out this autumn. So what can we expect from series 2 of the show and all this new podcast? In short, no hurry whatsoever. Can be revealed the TV show and audio series will entirely be Meghan solo efforts and an all Meghan affair. And according to sources, they say there is no sign of hurry in the second TV series and no glimpse of their children, Archie and Lilibet either. He is not in it. He's not in it, I'm told. It's her and more friends. More of the same. My family, the people who had no idea that Meghan had filmed already season 1 and part 2 of We Love Meghan are saying that there's no details about Meghan's show. This is the habit of the carnival of so-called experts and Wikimedia. When Meghan makes an announcement about something, like in this case, her show basically already Netflix said 1 to 2 seasons. My family, after Meghan has said it, now the people who had no idea that already, 2 seasons of the show, my family, had been filmed. And the ones who are now claiming that they know everything. Oh, you know what? We know Harry won't be there. Oh, you know what? We know the kids also won't be there. My family, first of all, Harry and Meghan have done everything in their power to protect the privacy of their kids. And all of us were sure even there is no way Meghan would, of course, show her kids. At least not their faces, my family. Harry and Meghan are very, very careful with that. They want their kids to be able to move around freely without being harassed, stalked, bullied, and abused by the UK media and online trolls sent by Prince William and Kate Middleton. And my family, because of that, of course, that, of course, Harry and Meghan will not show faces of the kids, Archie and Lilibet. I mean, we may end up seeing them even when they're 16 or 18 years old. Maybe even 18 years old. Who knows? I don't know that. I don't know. I can't tell you, my family. Maybe one day Harry and Meghan will be okay with even maybe sharing a picture of Archie and Lily's faces. What I do know, I don't see it happening anytime soon. At least not now. Or at least also not on Meghan's second season. My family. But of course, UK media want to exploit those kids, want to pit them versus Archie, versus William and Kate's kids, Louis, George, Charlotte. And the fact that Harry and Meghan are protecting the privacy of their kids means that in the future, UK media, no matter what they say, oh, we know Archie, we know Lilibet, the fact is, they don't know them because Archie and Lilibet were not raised in the UK. One of the things that has made it difficult for the smear campaign targeting Meghan to basically to work is because of Meghan's past achievements before she met Harry. And I know very well UK media will target Archie and Lilibet. In fact, they've already begun. They started long ago, before even Meghan gave birth. They already began targeting Archie and Lilibet. My family, Meghan and Harry's kids, before even Meghan gave birth to Archie and, of course, even Lilibet now. My family, so we expect that Archie and Lily will be targeted by the UK media. More so even in the future. But the good thing I can say is this. UK media will fail in whatever smear campaign they wage upon Archie and Lilibet, mainly because of how Harry and Meghan protect the privacy of their kids. That's why UK media will fail. You know? My family, and then they say this, and I quote, that while his wife Meghan refers to H and my lovely, refers to Prince Harry as H and my lovely husband, and talks about how much he loves her bacon, he is an offstage presence and seems to have opted or been told to minimize his appearances. Obviously, he also won't be part of any of the Girl Power podcast Confessions of a Female Founder either. My family. You know, I find it a bit weird and concerning that the people who have honestly seen Harry as a scapegoat all his life, as a spare all his life, are now pretending to care about Harry, or even are acting like somehow concerned about him. Why are you not here? Are you divorcing? Are you separating? We all know that's what UK media want to see happening. And as Harry even said, those trolls who are eagerly awaiting to see him and Meghan separating, you wait forever because it's never happening. It's never happening. Harry and Meghan won't allow those who bully them and abuse them to win. They won't allow it, you know? And then Alison Boshoff says, and I quote, so as Meghan moves to carve out her place in the spotlight, it's hard to avoid the conclusion that Prince Harry has become the spare, as he might put it, at least in his wife's working life. Alison Boshoff says. My family, let me read you what Meghan said of Prince Harry in Spare. Words that touched Harry's heart. My family, let me please can read you this, please. And I quote, after Meghan gave birth to Lilibet, my family, here's what happened. I slid my hands under the tiny back and neck of Lilibet. Gently but firmly, as I'd seen in films, I pulled our precious daughter from that world into this and cradled her just a moment, trying to smile at her to see her. But honestly, I couldn't say anything. I wanted to say hello. I wanted to say, where have you come from? I wanted to say, is it better there? Is it peaceful? Are you frightened? Don't be. Don't be. All will be well. I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you safe. And you can me to think Harry will abandon his kids. I gave her to Meg, skin to skin, the nurse said. Later, after we brought her home, after we had settled into all the new rhythms of a family of four, Meg and I were skin to skin. And she said, I have never been more in love with you in that moment. Really, really. She jotted some thoughts in a kind of journal, which she shared. I read them as a love poem. I read them as a testament, a renewal of our vows. I read them as a citation, a remembrance, a proclamation. I read them as a decree. She said, that was everything. That is a man, my love. She said, that is not a spare. That is not a spare. I see what UK media are doing. They are trying to drive a wedge between Harry and Meghan. And they've been trying to do so for all these years. And they've been failing. They've been failing. You know? They've been failing. My family, they've been failing. And they will never ever succeed in turning Harry against Meghan. Never, my family. Because Alison Boshoff says, and I quote, so as Meghan moves to carve out her place in the spotlight, it is hard to avoid the conclusion that Prince Harry has become the spare. as he might put it, at least in his wife's working life, while she embarks on a new media blitz, appearing on chat shows, red carpets. Harry has instead retreated into domestic obscurity, and there are reports made by the media that there is marital trouble in their home in Montecito. Those claims are called, false and fake. They say with Love Meghan was always a personal project of Meghan, and that she and Harry fully support each other and their work while also pursuing their own passions, which is what we've seen Harry and Meghan do in my family, pursuing their own passions. Meghan says also Harry sparkles, his eyes sparkle when he sees Meghan doing what she loves to do. And I'm happy Meghan is doing what she loves to do. Meghan tells us he's a great father to their young kids, and he often does the school run and walks the dogs. She says he loves California and its beaches, and we know from a video posted by instructor that Harry's learning to surf. Playing polo with the local team in Santa Barbara is an expensive and time-consuming hobby for the prince, and there are a couple of well-paid part-time jobs: the coaching, farm better up, and eco-tourism outfit travelist, which seem to carry and occupy Prince Harry for no more than a handful of days a month. His duties to these farms, I'm told, are carried out remotely from their home in Montecito. Meanwhile, his charities, Archwell and Invictus, which will likely be Harry's lasting legacy, have their own experienced teams. None of it seems to amount to what most would call a job. My family, surely. William went to watch a football game and it's called an engagement. William goes to cut a ribbon, it's called an engagement. William goes and shakes hands, it's called a job. My family, a work job. My family, an engagement as they call it. And my family, it's called work. It's called a job. But my family, Harry working with charities, Harry making Netflix content, somehow does not work. I see. My family. I won't be lectured. We won't be lectured by people who call cutting a ribbon work. What work is. In my family, first of all, these jobs Harry has, we better up my family, for example, that's a real job that he has. That's a real job that my family he has, and he's doing well. And they hate it, and they hate it, and they hate it. Invictus also, Harry has done tremendously well. Archwell also, doing very, very well, my family. My family, I know that the UK media will always present everything Harry and Meghan do as failure because they need Harry and Meghan to fail. But the fact is, it's not working. Harry and Meghan have not failed. They have excelled and they hate it. UK media, my family, hate it. And then Alison Boshoff says, so is semi-employed Prince Harry getting left behind? Suddenly, it appeared clear. From the moment Meghan signed her deal with New Supremo Ari Emanuel's at talent agency WME 2 years ago, not her and Harry, that she was going it alone. My family, just a couple of weeks ago, they were saying that WME has cancelled Meghan. Today, they're saying that ever since WME and signed with Meghan, that now Meghan is going it alone without Prince Harry. That Meghan is going it alone without Prince Harry. Make it make sense. Can they stick to one story? My family? The fact is, Meghan is someone who's passionate about what she's doing, basically. I was happy that she went back to, of course, filming this amazing show for Netflix. It was amazing to see Meghan on screen. It was wonderful and amazing. And I want to see more of that. I want Meghan to do what makes her happy. What pleases her, my family. And I also want Harry to do what makes him happy. Service, helping out others, my family. I love that. In my family, These people are trying to drive a wedge, as always, between Harry and Meghan by pitting them against each other. And honestly, it won't work. William confessed a couple of days ago that he spends hours on online forums trolling, of course, Meghan and Prince Harry, as always. That's what he basically is doing, on online forums using a fake name. That's called work in the royal family. It's called a job in the royal family. But Harry, a man who's working to pay his own bills, not being dependent on Charles for money, is being told, Harry, I don't see that as being work, but you see cutting ribbons in the UK as work. Surely. The fact is, they must understand this. They had Harry in the UK and they treated Harry appallingly. He left. And he's not coming back to be abused by them. These people don't care about Harry. They only want to destroy him and mess up his life. They can't stand seeing him winning and thriving, and they hate it. Harry, keep on winning and never ever let anybody turn you against Meghan. Or you, Meghan, don't let anyone turn you against Harry, because that's what they'll always try to do. Don't allow them. The fact is, every single success Meghan achieves or attains is success upon both Harry, Meghan, and their kids. My family. If my wife makes $1 million deal, we as a family benefit. If I as a husband make $1 million deal, my wife also benefits. The kids are the beneficiaries of my work. In my family, that's what Harry and Meghan have. Like what most households have. My passions. My family, I may like to do this, playing football outside, or running, or jogging, may not be my wife's passions. But there are things that make us come together. That we both love to do. My family. For example, charity work. Both Harry and Meghan love doing in my family. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Also, one thing so hypocritical is that when Harry is at the Invictus Games, you see that carnival of so-called experts say, oh, you know what? Why is Meghan there? Why is Meghan there? These games, it's Harry who made them. This should be only Harry's show. My family, they say. They always say that. They always say that. My family, they always say that. And even when Meghan leaves, they're like, yeah, it's good that Meghan left, Harry so that he can shine, basically, they say. Now that Harry, her husband, is letting his wife shine, doing what she loves to do, they're like, where is Harry in this? Meghan is leaving him behind. Meghan is not leaving her husband behind. Meghan is someone who always supports her husband. And Harry is a husband who even Meghan said that she sees the sparkle in his eyes when Meghan is doing what she loves to do. In my family, that's how it should be. A husband and wife supporting each other. And whom God has put together, let no man or woman ever separate. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you, awesome forever, and may God bless you all. I want to say thank you for watching our video, and please kindly like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. I always say that the battle between good and evil will continue until the end of time, and we are on the side of God. We condemn the ongoing hate campaign being waged against Meghan, Prince Harry, Archie, and Lily Bedana, and we ask William, Charles, Kate, Camilla to please end this. Please end this. The time has come. You must stop your smear campaign and apologize to Prince Harry and Meghan. Apologize to Harry, Meghan, to Archie, and Lilibet for all the pain you've caused them. And once again, it's been so many years of you following this channel. I want to say thank you. To our new subscribers, please welcome and join in, and welcome to the family. We love you very much, and thank you for all your support. It means the world to us, and may God bless you immensely, immensely, immensely. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you, always and forever, and may God bless you all.